the stream will have fixed our issue.
Because it did, like, the brief second that it was on stream before you...
Yeah.
Turned it off.
I'd already turned it off, it just hadn't caught up yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's...
Yes!
Okay, we're live. We're golden. Okay. So, what was I saying? Right. So then the third campaign I'm going to pitch, I think, is probably going to be the least interesting to you people. I think it's probably going to be the one that gets trashed first. But I have, one of the things you may have noticed, or no, you probably haven't noticed because I haven't shared that information yet, but one of the things that I have noticed looking at my own world lore is that I don't know a damn thing about dwarves in my setting. This sort of happened because, like, nobody played a dwarf in the first couple of games that I ran. In fact, to this day, there's 4 campaigns in the setting right now, and nobody has played a dwarf. But they're, like, on the racial list options, because, like, you know, yeah, and there's dwarves. But I haven't, so no one's played one, so I haven't, like, figured out, like, where are the dwarf homes? Where are the dwarves from? What do the dwarves believe? What do they do? So, I'm going to, so one of the campaigns I'm going to pitch is that the party is part of a dwarven expedition from one mountain home to go reclaim some dwarven ruins.
Oh, so you basically do the Hobbit.
Yeah, or more like go retake Moria.
I swear if this is a trick to get me to play Dwarf Fortress, then
I mean, the Steam version's coming out soon, you know.
I kick my habit.
For me with dwarves, it's very much a, yes, dwarves, I will never think about you, ever. Especially when we have gnomes and halflings, which are just funner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this would be like a sort of, this one would be, I would be really crunched in prepping for, but the idea would be that this, that campaign would be a kind of like a mega dungeon kind of deal. So you would be going down into, you know, some deep, dark place, and
I am in Skyrim
with a small party, and, like, you know, mega dungeoning. So with that, we've kind of got 3 different types of campaigns that I'm pitching, like a very high adventure, high fantasy seafaring game, focusing on, you know, heroic adventuring kind of stuff. A exploration heavy hex crawl in a desert, or a mega dungeon in a dwarven ruin.
You see, I'm also thinking about this as like a entertainment value thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a best introduction to not only your setting for us and the audience that is watching may just be the seafaring game.
Yeah, I kind of think that as well.
A lot of variety.
Like, yeah, because I do think that desert campaign sounds fun, and I think that's like I would love to do that, one day, you know?
Yeah, I can certainly see that. I certainly think there's that's probably right on the money, in that it is that campaign I think would be a lot of fun, but I think it would also be not necessarily high entertainment value, because there'd be a lot of like, I guess, dead time with that. Like, I would try and make the hex crawl, like, filled with cool, weird creepy shit to keep it entertaining and stuff. And we would all have fun, but yeah, maybe it would be less.
I think it would just be a different type of entertainment,
Mhm.
and definitely something like I know as a player it'd be really fun, but I'm thinking like until we have like an audience who like can trust us a little bit to be cool and entertaining, like
It is a lot easier if we do a more like you swing into the Newport and swing off your ship on the rope and then like do piratey adventure stuff. That's a lot.
I feel like we can combine kind of the first two,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe something do a good couple streams exploring, and then maybe have something focused down on that second idea later down the road.
Yeah, that might actually be a good season 2 for the for that campaign. Actually, like you sail, you find all of your you find the treasure. The X marks the spot, and then like you're like, well, now we're like 5th level. What are we gonna do now? Well, there's the lost.
That's like, oh yeah, we could just hop around these islands. It's fine, but it's like we need to get out of here. Like, where do we go to get to like this bigger island or this chain of islands? Like, there's actual like distance in the ocean that we need to travel and explore. Or hell, even underwater. Because again, I made a pirate campaign before, and I've definitely thought about the civilizations underwater as places that like later on players can explore because a good part of the world is water.
Yeah, and I mean, cloaks of the manta ray are not unobtainable by like a mid-level party. If you've got like the expected amount of gold that you would have for like a mid-level party, you could probably just go and buy 5 cloaks of the manta ray and then dive down to Atlantis.
Or even just someone going like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna cast water breathing on all of us. Like, we're gonna be good for a hot minute.
And then someone in the party can yell, "You will never be Ocean Master," to somebody somewhere.
I'm just gonna keep
who needs
this...
Ocean Master? I want Black Manta. I want cool laser helmet.
No, that's special defense, not special attack. Let's see. Did any of these Wooloos, which are not shiny, happen to come out perfect?
Have we obtained perfection? Is that HP?
No. Yeah, well, every one of them should have a 50-50 shot of having a perfect HP. Well, technically slightly less than 50-50, but it's 1/6 of the time the HP will be random. Okay, so none of these are perfect. Some of these... Let's see. No, I was gonna say I could start wonder trading them while we're hatching eggs. But considering my stream seems to be unstable at times, I don't want to connect the Switch to the internet.
Understandable.
My internet seems to be at seems to be having a time. So
it's having a bad day and it's having a real fit of hissy.
Yes.
Birds.
All right. Ooh, so it's about 3:50 now. V said that she'd be able to join us about 4 o'clock, so hopefully she'll be able to hop into the Discord call soon.
Yes. And also, KB, I know you're like, alright guys, don't talk about character concepts. Evie and David over here like pressing our fingers together going, actually, KB.
yeah,
like,
well...
We haven't rolled anything or like committed to anything reasonably, but it's also like, you give us like a month and telling us like the vague prompt, like...
I know. And that's okay. I would do the same if I were you. But we are going to be rolling for stats. We won't be rolling down the line. We'll be rolling, and then you can distribute. But, so, like, you know, just don't come up with any character concepts that's too mad. You know? Because if you need, like, 3 good stats, you might not get 3 good stats.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know I usually roll for stats. Like, that's just how I do it. Because, like, I think, one, that's more fun, and it makes the character seem a lot more unique. But, yeah, no, definitely. It's like, say, like, the only time I played a paladin is in a current campaign I'm in, with V's brother, actually. And he's got an interesting game where basically the premise is the party is already dead, and we're basically in a purgatory state. And we start off as, like, non-class characters, because, like, we were just people. In life, but it's more the idea of like us discovering who we are and then like finding out what happened. So because of that, we had to roll our stats like during the events of the first session. And then at the end of the session, we had to choose like, all right, what is your class? Depending on like what you vibed out about your character, what kind of thing do you want to play, and like what do you think will work? And because I guess I took all the good luck stats, because the only thing that wasn't like a +2 or +3 was like my dex and con. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go paladin with this guy.
Cannot mass release. I guess I'm glad that I can't, but I also wish I could. So I need to start making... I don't need any of... I don't need... Oh, wait. I need you. This one is perfect. Nope. Oh, okay. I got him. I saved him. This one is perfect. So this one I might save for later.
Perfect.
I mean, he doesn't have... His special attack is only decent, but as we've established, Wooloo doesn't use special attack. So this is...
But I guess like the idea of like, yes, perfect sheep.
Yes. This sheep has attained perfection. This is the perfect specimen. If you do not like it, you are wrong.
If you do not like it, I am sorry to hear.
Yes. But yes. So this Wooloo is perfect. So even though it is not shiny, I will keep it in my box of perfect Pokemon. In case I want to, you know, use it in the future. But everything else is garbage and can go away. I'm just gonna
Everything else will go into the flood. The rest will go into the Ark.
In 2030, Wooloo, shiny Wooloos become the new Bitcoin in the stock market.
I mean, honestly, shinies pretty much are valued. Like, you could get leverage over someone for having shinies.
Except there are so many like hacked Pokemon on the like the Wonder Trade. Like they're like obviously hacked, and their like original trainer is like a website name that's like I don't know if it's just like trying to advertise the software to hack, or if it's like to hack your Pokemon, or if it's like, you know,
it's
a phishing
like
website.
Sort of institution in India somewhere. They have whole offices dedicated to farming legendary Pokemon and selling them on eBay for like pennies.
No, okay, I've seen people actually like on YouTube, like when they give you like those little ads, because YouTube is invasive like that. I have seen people like ask for like $5 for like a shiny legendary. Like, you want this legendary? You want the shiny Mew? You can have it for $5.
Yeah, it just blew my mind when I heard someone say, "Oh no, CS:GO knives. They're that's a cottage industry worth like billions." Like, what are you talking about? What is this world anymore? What is happening?
We live in such a boring dystopia.
Yeah, capitalism is a slow-acting dystopia, ain't it?
Yep.
Why are TF2 hats becoming more valuable than the US dollar? What?
I'm sorry, one shiny legendary is worth more than the US dollar.
I mean, you consider the amount of effort that goes into like farming a legitimate shiny legendary Pokemon. I mean,
if it's legitimate, yes.
Yeah, I mean, like they made them like super easy to get in Sword and Shield compared to the other ones, because we have the Crown Tundra DLC, which, you know, now you're asking for a $60 game and like $20 DLC. So you got like an $80 buy-in, right?
Game. It's like a $100 game at this point.
Yeah. So it's like $100 just to like get your foot in the door. But then like, you know, you can get some you can get legendary Pokemon fairly easy in the Crown Tundra, because there's these den raid adventure thingies that you can do, and the shiny rate for those adventures in the Dynamax adventures, that's what they're called, Dynamax adventures, the shiny rate for those is 1 in 100.
Oh my god.
Which is insane compared to the shiny.
You just have a 1% chance.
Yeah. Just like any but the trick is that you don't know the Pokemon is shiny until you're at the end of the adventure, and then looking over, because you can only keep one Pokemon that you catch in the adventure. Because how the adventures work is you rent a Pokemon to start, and then you're in a team of 4, and then you fight the Dynamax Pokemon, and you fight like 4 or 5 of them in a row, with the legendary one being at the final boss. And everyone can catch the Pokemon if they want, but only one member of the team can swap to using that Pokemon after the battle. So like you've got your raid team of like 4 guys, and let's say you just encountered a Scizor, and you fought the Scizor, you all can catch it if you want, but then one of you can swap your current Pokemon with the Scizor. So, and if multiple people want it, it like randomly picks from the people who say they want it. Anyway, but then at the end of the adventure, when you have beaten the legendary Pokemon, then you can see all of the Pokemon that you caught along the adventure, and you get to keep one of them. But every one of them has a 1 in 100 shot of being shiny.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you get to the end, you've got like 4 or 5 Pokemon, and then you like look through them all, see if there are any are shiny, you take the shiny, and then you go. The one downside, though, is you can only catch each legendary Pokemon once. So, like, if you go in and you do the Dynamax adventure, and then you get Solgaleo, right, at the end, and then you capture him, and then you look and see, is he shiny, is he not? If you take him, whether he's shiny or not, if you take him as your prize for that adventure, the next time you do a dungeon and Solgaleo is the boss, you were not given the opportunity to catch him.
Oh, okay.
So anyone else in your team who hasn't caught Solgaleo on their save, they can still catch him, but you cannot. So I haven't actually caught. Okay, that's not true. I did catch one. I caught Tapu Lele, but I have not caught any of the other legendaries in the Dynamax adventures, because every time I do one, I get to the end and it's not shiny, and I'm like, I can't not take the shiny. So then I left. So I would either take one of the other Pokemon for Pokedex completion or just leave it. And I'm like, I can't. 1 in 100, man. 1 in 100.
Yeah, no,
I've rolled a 1 on a D100 before. It happens.
Because I've been playing Pokemon Emerald again, and I've been playing it with some like people on like a Discord or whatever, just like practice streaming, and also like as a nice little community thing. And CDOT in that game has a 1% chance of showing up, and I found that before I found the results for like one of the people who requested it. The results is a 5% showing up. So if I can find a fucking CDOT at the beginning of a game, a Pokemon Emerald, you can get a shiny.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. I guess I kind of like got to that, and then because it was like so possible, but it also takes like a... The thing is, it's a 1 in 100 shot, but you have to play through the whole adventure to get to the check, right? So, like, I mean, here, I'm doing, what, a Wooloo every couple of minutes? But it takes, like...
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
Yeah, but it takes, like, 10, 15 minutes to do one run through a Dynamax adventure.
And you get to hear the Dynamax theme over and over and over.
I don't know if you could change the music like you can in online multiplayer or not in the Dynamax adventure. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can, but yeah. So like you have to play through it again and again and again. And either you're playing offline and you're playing with dumb computers who might screw up and end your run, or you're playing online with strangers who might screw up and end your run, or troll you or whatever. And so it's both more common, but also so much more annoying. So I just like stopped playing.
I
don't know.
That one.
My brain might be broken.
Real.
I look at the fucking person who has the wop.
I think you kind of cut out there.
Hi, hello. I accidentally got out of my Discord app, and like
Oh.
a fool, I just like kept talking like. But yeah, I was just shitting on the Mob Effect guy in the default raids because he does not know how to use a Wobbuffet at all. The Magikarp guy is way better because at least he has Hydro Pump.
Yeah. Let's see. Who is... How do I see... Who is in my chat?
I am in your chat.
Okay. Is V still in the chat?
I do not know. I looked directly at the camera to see.
Just wondering if she was gonna hop in. She said she'd join us about 4 o'clock. So.
And I can't believe it's 4 o'clock. It's 4:02 and she hasn't shown up yet. Oh my god.
I know. Well, I just want to know. I just want her to know that she's. I just want her to know that. I just want her to know that she's welcome to join at any time, and she doesn't need to like, if she could just come in.
But not anymore, right? She's banned
No,
from
no,
Discord. Tell me she's banned from Discord. Tell me she's banned from Discord, alright.
No, she's welcome in my Discord.
Unacceptable.
No.
I don't know, because she is also joining my VTuber model, I cannot bully her to leave the Discord, so... I sort of need my dear boy. Because the angle of my VTuber character is gonna be a dear boy wizard.
So you gotta learn how to make monstrosities in Dad's studio like I do.
I mean, I could try to learn how to make, horrible amalgamations, but I don't know if I want to, major in transmutation for that. Everyone majors in transmutation. I feel like, one, it's a bit too competitive, and two, it's a bit more, I don't know, everyone's doing it,
Totally.
And I don't know if it's something that's I want to dive into that. If I want to go more I don't know, Conjuration, because Conjuration's pretty underrated in terms of a major.
Oh, looks like KB is breaking their spine.
Oh, they do that.
It's fine.
YouTubers do that. They just
Sorry, it's cybernetic. It is incredibly flexible.
Is it like Serpentine, where it's it's meant to bend back and forth, side to side?
Unfortunately, forward. I have not mastered forward and backward. This is as far back as I can go, and this is as far forward.
Well, at least you sound like you're going forward.
Yes, unfortunately.
It's really going
Side to side,
but,
it's very
on-
easy, but the software is not there
But that must be very inconvenient to like drop anything.
Oh yes, you gotta like all the way to the side. Yep, very inconvenient. Yes.
Like you have to like if you drop something, you have to, like go into your knees and then like bend vertically to wherever you need to go.
Speaking of models and such, though, I got an interesting message from my modeler friend who is attempting to make me a spooky Dungeon Master's robe for the D&D game. Cursing my ears. Apparently, my ears are difficult to sculpt around.
It must be the elven ears and like trying to get around with it. Like doesn't know if it needs to go in front of the cloak or underneath it.
You cut holes.
Yeah. Ooh. I'll tell him he can cut holes. I'll tell him that. I'll tell him that right now.
Cut holes. There.
Oh no, I don't have him on this Discord. I'd have to get him.
No.
I don't have him on the VTuber streaming Discord account.
Oh no, you have to go
okay.
to your
I'll go to
account.
Yes, I have to go to my personal account for my phone. And I will just
I have to talk to them beneath the mask.
I'm just gonna say three words: cut ear holes! ! And then send. Okay. I will not explain further.
Cut holes.
Also, Deeds is a genius. Put that in.
Okay. All right. I'll tell them. Also, no, not audio. Stupid autocorrect. Also, Deeves is genius. Okay.
Put 3 heart emojis.
No.
No, that's.
How about a brain emoji to convey genius and the big brain thoughts?
No, too late now. I already put the phone down. We're back to hatching Wooloos.
Well, I guess we're back hatching Wooloos.
Yes.
Every day I wake up and KB's hatching Wooloos.
Oh, hi, Con.
Look at how they're shining.
Conwall is there in chat. It is going fine. We have catched probably, let's see,
Well, we only catch
5 times 25. So we've done maybe 50 Wooloos. No shiny yet. We'll get there. We'll get there.
So, KB, what was your first
Definitely
shiny
full
Pokemon
one.
you've ever got?
Oh, okay. The first shiny Pokemon that I caught that was a legitimate shiny. I'm trying to think. It might be a shiny Zigzagoon that I caught in Omega Ruby when I was EV training some other Pokemon, and I was doing Horde battles. And Horde battles had an increased chance of encountering shinies, and you encountered 5 Pokemon at once. And I happened to encounter a shiny Zigzagoon in there while I was like Horde battling for HP EVs, I think. And I caught it. And I have that Linoon in my Pokemon Home box. I used him for a while. I actually used him for Horde battle EV training. I leveled him up and taught him Surf, so I could use him while I was doing Horde battle stuff. And I also taught him I think False Swipe, so I could use him for catching Pokemon. So it was hey, he's my first legitimate shiny. I'm gonna use him for some stuff. It was he was a Linoon after I evolved him, so he was useless to use competitively. But
hear me out. He's got that sweet pickup.
oh yeah, and he had pickup. So I just kind of used him for like got him to level up. Yeah, just kind of used him for like doing stuff in game for a while. I think that might be the first shiny I got that was like legitimately shiny. One thing I did do in Gen 4 though was I got good at RNG manipulation.
I was thinking like you were getting good at the Poke Radar, like that shit.
I tried that, but I just didn't have the patience and never actually succeeded at catching a shot. Like I tried so many times. I remember I spent like several hours chaining Agrons or Arons because I wanted a shiny Agron.
One of those red eyes.
Mm-hmm. And I chained it for like hours and I never got one. But I did practice and get good at the timing for doing RNG manipulation in Gen 4. So, like, of course, you understand the random numbers that determine if Pokemon is shiny or not are determined by the time when you start the game, and so there are methods. There were programs you could use to find stat and shiny status spreads that you would want to encounter on certain frames, and like you had to access the game at like the exact clock moment, and then like the game in Gen 4 like it only would be a frame if like something it would only advance a frame if something happened. So like you like if an NPC is moving, then that's like so many frames. If the player character moves, that's so many frames, and so on. So you would have to like go in. So you could like count it out and be like, okay, on frame 16, after I start the game at this exact time, if I encounter a wild Pokemon, it will have perfect stats and be shiny, and have this nature. And I did that to make a whole team of competitive Pokemon. Out of RNG manipulation, because that was before they added a lot of the breeding mechanics that we use now. Like at that point, there was no Destiny knot. I don't know if Everstone worked. It probably did.
Was a thing then.
Yeah, the Matsuda. Yeah, the Matsuda method was a thing, but I was actually less at that time. I kind of was less. So I got some shinies that way, but I was primarily just doing it for the stats and the nature. But, like, if I could get the stats and the nature and also shiny, I would do it. Unless they had, like, an ugly shiny. Like I don't like Scissor's shiny, so...
You don't like green shinies?
I mean, some of them are fine, but Scizor needs to be red.
But hear me out. Scyther needs to be red because Scizor is red, and... Scissor's got to be green because Scyther is green.
Okay, but shiny Scyther isn't red.
I think it's like blades are red, and I think that's it.
No, that sounds way too cool to be accurate. I don't believe you. Let me check.
The thing is about shinies is you gotta. I think they consider other than like probably randomize the colors for Pokemon they don't think are explicitly cool. Like,
I don't think that's actually true, but that is a common myth.
Because like I think in the wild, like shiny Pokemon are like albinos. Okay. They're mutations. They are not optimal colors.
Yes. Okay, so shiny Scyther is barely noticeable. He's a slightly darker green, and his wings are slightly more red.
Yeah, I remember having like a faint tint.
Like, if you showed me a picture of shiny Scyther, like without a normal Scyther to compare it to, I would not know that it is shiny.
Or what about the classic Garchomp versus shiny Garchomp?
There are shiny Garchomps?
It's very hard to believe when you see the shiny Garchomp.
Yeah, and Gengar is the same way.
Yeah, I'm glad that at least in Mega Evolutions and like Dynamax, are like, what if Gengar was actually white?
Yeah, the shiny Mega Gengar is really awesome. It's cool that they kind of addressed the fact that it is really has a really lame shiny with the Mega form.
Yeah, I know my first shiny was in Soul Silver. I was going around Mount Silver for like some reason. I think maybe to fight Red the umpteenth time. And I came across a shiny Ponyta.
Ponyta?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my own.
That's really cool. Shiny Ponyta is like the blue fire.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why Rapidash turns like gray.
Yeah, no, it's bad and I regret it.
Mm-hmm.
I at least have a shiny Ponyta in Pokemon Go to compensate because when I was in Portland for a while, the dorm I was living outside of was apparently like a Ponyta hotspot. Like, for some reason, I lived in Horse Park, I guess. Because whenever I walked outside of it, it's like, no fire horses. Here, bajillion fire horses. And the shiny rates in Pokemon Go are a lot more by just you will encounter more Pokemon to have more likely shinies.
Yeah, also, if you ever play on like one of their community days, their shiny rate for like the signature Pokemon like skyrockets. Yeah, like I have several shiny Squirtles because of that. Because of Pokemon Go Community Day. I actually think I have one in here.
I know I have one shiny Squirtle. Let me see all the shinies I have upon Pokemon.
Yeah. Like this shiny Blastoise was caught in Pokemon Go, and then transferred to Let's Go, and then to Pokemon Bank, and then to here.
Pokemon Go. I hope you enjoy having 30 Pokemon without paying for it.
Have they gotten harder about the box size than they used to?
I think it's just a set like 30 Pokemon.
It's more than that. It's like, I mean...
No, it is not. It is only one box if you do not pay for it.
Oh, you're talking about Pokemon Home.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yes. I pay for Pokemon Home.
I'm sorry to hear.
I know. I'm shameless.
Oh?
Maybe this.
Oh my god, it's an egg.
Whoa.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, it's a Wooloo!
Shocking, I know. Another one. Well, let's see. What else can we chat about? What else is going on?
What's your favorite color?
Let's not. We're not that desperate for conversation. But maybe what's your favorite Pokemon might be more applicable.
I know.
Deeves, you, relative Pokemon expert, knower of all Pokemon, Deeves, what is your favorite Pokemon?
The ones that look like emojis. I think they were kind of cool during Pokemon Yellow. They were like hieroglyph
Understandable.
emojis.
Oh!
They had eyes.
Wait,
Yeah,
are you talking about the Unknown?
Maybe?
The ones that look like different letters and have one big googly eye?
Some nostalgia thing in my brain says that was a Pokemon, yeah.
Okay, yes.
What
Not in
about-
Pokemon Yellow.
When you think of the monkeys, are you thinking like, were they egg-shaped?
They were hieroglyphic, little squiggly lines. Yeah. And
Then
they
you
somehow
are
passed
thinking of
off-
Unknown.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're
Which are
somehow
which are
passing them off as Pokemon for some reason, like they're
Mhm.
created.
They are the
Nathan
alphabet.
does. Yeah.
they are the
only
they are
know one move.
yes, and they're not actually in Pokemon Yellow. You probably know them from one of the movies that came out around that time. If you never played Gold and Silver or Crystal, they actually added more Unknown later on to represent like an exclamation point and a question mark to add them.
Oh, that
to
was
the...
added after the fact?
Yeah, those weren't in Gold and Silver. I think those were added in Gen 3 or 4.
Oh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. I only know
Then
that
again,
because
I started at Gen 3 and 4, so like...
I only know that because the like last year sometime I thought it'd be cool to build a living Pokédex in Pokemon Home, and then I did the first 150 because I already had because I just finished playing through Let's Go Pikachu, so I basically had that already. And then I was like, okay, so what do I need for everything else? And then I was like, okay, so obviously I'm missing a lot of Johto Pokemon, so I bought Pokemon Crystal on my 3DS, and I started playing through it, and then I stopped playing, and the project got abandoned, and it is forgotten. but before it was abandoned, I was looking at all the Unknown, because I was like, okay, obviously I have to catch all the Unknown in order to complete my living Pokedex, and so that's when I realized, oh, I can only catch most of the Unknown in Crystal. Because they added more
So that's when
in a
I
later
had to
game.
buy a copy of... That's when I had to buy a copy of Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I already have that. I have at least one copy of every... I don't have every Pokemon game because at some point I stopped buying both versions. But I do have at least one from every generation. But I will say the only Pokemon games that I have not played at least one of the games in the generation through to completion is Gen 5.
Because, okay, I will say Gen 5 does... I think the only thing that it has in terms of things that can stop that is I do think it has a sudden difficulty curve in terms of the grinding you need to do for, its last few battles. Like, the level spike between the Elite Four and Geddes is fit spike. Because you have to fight him and N, and they are quite a few levels high. They're basically champion levels. When you just beat the Elite Four, and the Elite Four all made to be around mid-50s, because the gimmick of Gen 5 onward is you can pick what order you want to fight the Elite Four, so it doesn't get progressively stronger. They're all scaled evenly. So when you fight...
I'm sorry, but I have to interrupt. This Wooloo is perfect.
Perfect!
It is beautiful. But I can't use it.
Get rid of the other Wooloo. This is true perfection.
Actually, I will keep both because, well, actually maybe not because do I have a...
Actually, no, go ahead.
Yeah, considering I've already got this Snorlax that's male and has all perfect stats, I don't need you anymore. With this one, if I ever need a competitive Wooloo, that's the one to use, I guess. This one I will Wonder Trade away.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
I'll Wonder Trade it away to some lucky, Timmy who won't appreciate it later.
Lucky Timmy, you won't appreciate it in 10 years.
Maybe so. If he keeps it in his box and looks back at it later, you're like, oh my god, this is awesome. All right. And you just go in the box to be released later. I guess I should probably release them as I get them instead of putting them in the box and then releasing them in batches. That would make sense. Why aren't I doing that? I'm being silly. It's just because my instinct was always to keep them and then Wonder Trade them after. But the boxes are so limited in this one, they don't... You never get more than 31 PC boxes. And that sucks.
And when there are like 900 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I think it's crazy that you literally could not have a living dex in the game.
Yeah, you can't catch them all no more.
Not. You can't keep them all. There's just not enough space. Arbitrarily, they've arbitrarily set that you have 31 PC boxes, no more, and so you cannot. If you want to have unlimited space, or well, effectively unlimited space, you gotta buy Pokemon Home.
But the TV show told me.
Actually, I was gonna say the TV show for a long time has actually not told you to catch them all, but that actually I watched a little bit of Pokemon Journeys, which is the current ongoing series, and that introduced the character Go, and Go does want to catch them all. So I was gonna say that the show has like abandoned catching them all, but it's actually back. They're back to catching them all now.
You know, I haven't
haven't
seen much of.
Gotta catch him up to 30. Pokemon.
I do know at least like I do appreciate since like Sun and Moon, it has gotten a like cool, goofy tone to it, and I know like Journey at least seems to be not specific to Galar. It's more like, yeah, we're fucking around the Pokemon world and like just seeing a bunch of Pokemon.
I do like that. I do like that they're like going back to like they're like, no, today's episode we're going to Hoenn and we're gonna like surf on Mantines. And then the next episode is like, no, we're going to Johto and we're gonna see Ho flying through the sky and get a rainbow feather.
Oh, that's different color.
Oh shit! We got it! I didn't even notice because I was talking. Woo! There it is! I didn't even notice. I was distracted. I didn't even. Oh! Good day. Good job. Good game, everybody. Victory is ours.
Like literally, all of us weren't looking.
Yes, Deeves. If you hadn't said anything, I would have just kept going. 4
more hours.
Okay, let's check it out here. Okay, so right. Impish nature. Okay, I can't check it. I can't judge its stat from this menu. I have to go to the boxes. Okay, not bad. The stats aren't terrible. We'll have to super train the HP. But otherwise we're good. Okay, let's put the bad not special Wooloo there, and let's hatch this last egg. You never know. We might get lucky. We'll hatch the rest of our eggs, and then we will start setting up this Wooloo. Yes. Oh. All right. Well, let's see. Do we get 2 shinies? Dun 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 dun. No. Unsurprising. All right. I can't believe we got it. I was sure that the stream was going to end in defeat. Okay. So let's pick up this last egg. Yes, thank you. And yes, eggs out of the party. And give me my Pokemon back. I don't need any more Wooloo eggs ever again. And
all the Wooloos now go in the trash.
Yes, all the other Wooloos, we will release you, and we'll just like unleash a wild stampede of level 1 baby Wooloos onto the world. I'm sure that will be fine. There will be no environmental impacts from this, and it will not end with the massive slaughter of baby Pokemon in the wild.
And then having a mass overpopulation of predator Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Nothing will go wrong with this. This is perfectly moral to release all of these Wooloos. Now, this is
I'm
for
even
Bunny.
thinking, like, what Pokemon here in Galar would be predators to Wooloo? Because only thing I can think of, like, that'll be around Wooloo's environment is a fox. I don't think foxes eat sheep.
Mm-hmm. But away from like its area, I would think an Obstagoon could eat one. It's
Ooh,
like a
yeah.
it's like a I mean it's like a ferret, but it's like a giant buff man ferret.
Yeah, no, I see like Linoons being more predatory, but like Obstagoons are more opportunists.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are the ones who like may be more defensive, but like when it comes to like, you know, like Linoons are on there, they're the ones that, like, they'll take the first bite.
Mm-hmm. Or I could see like maybe like them hunting as a pack, so like you have one Obstagoon and like it's got like a pack of Linoons with it, and the Linoons like run, you know, with their ability to run super fast in a straight line. They like run down the prey and like start biting at its ankles. And then like the Obstagoon, and they like either herd it towards the Obstagoon, or like the Obstagoon comes in once it starts slowing down and like finishes it off. That would make sense.
We should post all these questions on a board forum to get some definitive answers. But
Hey, I mean, I know I started once a side blog, which I really need to continue, of like the basically playing a Pokemon professor and going like, all right, here's how Pokemon would evolve in the wild versus the context of like domesticated trainers. Because like evolving a Magikarp to a Gyarados is very fucking different when it is out in the wild versus a trainer raising a Gyarados.
Well, Pokemon Snap taught me that if you hit a Magikarp with an apple and it goes into a waterfall, then it'll turn into a Gyarados.
But I'm also thinking of like the idea of like, all right, experience is basically for a predator, that is them learning how to hunt and, you know, get prey. But for prey itself, that is escaping death and surviving. So, for Magikarp at level 20 is not a super high level for a trainer. And, like, if a trainer intentionally trains a Magikarp up to level 20, that usually involves a lot of care, some patience, usually some understanding, and like they have to continuously have maintenance over the Magikarp before they get to become a Gyarados. But in the wild, that Magikarp has probably struggled to survive and has only known everything out there is trying to kill it. So when it finally evolves to a Gyarados and has any means of power, aside from just the maintenance it needs being like a 20-foot long serpent, like, all it knows is everything is out to kill it, but now it can kill anything around it, so... Very different and very scary in real life if there is a, like... You go out into the lake and, like, there's a fucking Gyarados here. Versus, hey, I trained up my Gyarados!
And you know it's got a whole bunch of rage from being bullied so much in its previous evolution form. And that it's just gonna, you know, it's just gotta be just this, masochist monster that just you know, that any of us who actually found success after high school after being nerds know you just hulk out at the world.
I can't believe Gyarados is that one nerd kid that was bullied for being a nerd, and now it's like, I'm rich actually, and I'm so insecure. I can't believe the Magikarp Gyarados analogy is Elon Musk, but worse.
And that Magikarp nobody liked turned out to be Mark Zuckerberg.
Attempt the like, hey, looks.
I mean, Yeah, that sounds good. Or we can keep going for a little bit longer, and I can EV train this Wooloo.
Like, I know I have to go soon-ish because again, my
Oh
grandma
yeah,
has to come back with
you
the
gotta go.
groceries.
You gotta go soon as well. Maybe V will pop in a little bit.
Maybe she will
well, she
tag
said
in. I look directly at the camera.
Mm-hmm. V said that she's preoccupied right now, but would pop in sometime soon. So.
Once she comes in, like, all right, it's 5:30. I'm coming. KB, what do you mean you're ending the stream?
Yeah, that
what do you mean
would...
you found the shiny Wooloo?
Of course I did. I'm amazing. I found the shiny Wooloo, no problem.
Okay, I gotta go.
Okay. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye. And then there was one. All right. So let's see. We can still complete this Wooloo's journey towards being. Yeah, you know, you're right. You're right, Con. It really didn't take that long to find it, relatively speaking. I mean, let's see. I started the stream a little after 2 o'clock. It's like, so it took us like 2.5 hours, give or take. Oh, V is here.
Oh. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Right.
You have arrived. Everyone else just had to leave, so I guess you're tagging in now.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. So, good news. We got the Wooloo.
Oh, really?
Yes, it took us about 2.5 hours or so. We sat around talking like D&D stuff and things, but we got it. I almost didn't even notice at the time. Chat, I was just going, but Deeves and chat both was like, "Hey, that one's a different color." And
Oh, that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I've gotten it. I've named it Oreo, as we are going to be giving this Wooloo to Lux. As soon as Lux is around.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
I understand that Lux, they are probably asleep right now.
Yeah, they are very busy at the moment, unfortunately. Oh, that is such an adorable Wooloo, though. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I love it. So I still got a little bit of time left in the stream, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to EV train this Wooloo to have max defense and max HP. And that's what we're going to do. But I don't think... So the way I would normally do this is I would do... I would use vitamins for that. I don't know what my current vitamin situation is, so let me check. Let's see. I don't... with vitamins under medicine... or... I guess they would be under other items?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
It's been a while. Yeah, there's an HP up. So I'm gonna need to buy like a bunch more HP ups and a bunch more iron. I don't know if I have enough money. So what I'm gonna do is let's go and battle the tournament. That's the fastest way to make money. So I need to switch out my team. So, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. Today's been kind of chill for me, honestly. I was up late last night, trying to get my Minecraft server to work with Lux, and that was an ordeal. But, you know, we actually did manage to get it to work. So, on Saturday we're gonna be playing our first multiplayer session finally.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm glad you figured out how to get it to work and everything.
Yeah, there was a couple of bugs that we had to work out with the like tiny mod I use, because when Lux first joined the server, they couldn't see me at all. I was like rendering
invisible?
improperly or something. I was completely invisible, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we eventually found out that it was like some sort of config file problem, and I had to like we both had to restart our games like several times.
Mm-hmm.
And the fix that we found is if Lux changes the config file to something, then oh, that's the server where you had the very small character mod? I just looked at the chat. And yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, when Lux has the config file changed to the thing where they can actually see me, they can see me at the right size, but I'm like stretched, so I look like that wide Putin meme.
Oh, okay. So like your width is normal, but your height is just compressed?
Yeah, pretty much. But you know, it works. My width isn't like that wide. I'm still like a small fairy, but I do look a little bit like a dwarf. But that's fine.
I guess that's close enough.
On my side, it's just gonna look normal, so you know.
Alright, so we're gonna take part in the championship tournament. Let's see, do we want to invite anyone in particular? Let's invite Marine. Alright. And okay, so this is how you make money fast in this game. You bring your Gigantamax Meowth holding an amulet coin, and you use Gmax Coin Rush 3 times in every match. And that is the secret to making all of the money in the world.
Makes sense.
And we'll get like 99,999 like for each of the matches, and then we should have enough to EV train Wooloo at the end. So Dynamax, Gmax Gold Rush, and that is our strategy. So yeah, right. while Deeves and Matt were here, we were talking about the D&D campaign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of teased what I was going to make the other 2 pitches for session 0.
Yeah.
And I think we're all pretty much in agreement that that we're probably going to do the Seafaring campaign, and that's fine and cool.
That's perfect. I like that.
Yeah, and I think that was, but I was going to pitch 3 different like flavors of campaign. So the Seafaring one is like very much designed to be like a very action-y, adventure-y kind of heroic sort of D&D. Which we agreed was probably the best because that's probably the best for like entertainment value for like our viewers. And I had to agree with that. The other 2 pitches that I made was a hex crawl on one of the islands in my setting called Jaga. That island, it's half of the island on the east side is like a tropical jungle paradise sort of place.
Yeah.
And there's a civilization there. The civilization is sort of a amalgamation of India and Mesoamerican Aztec culture.
Ooh, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. And so like half the island is like this Mesoamerican jungle with like some Hindu Indian aesthetics kind of mingled in there as well. But then the western half of the island, which is like divided by a mountain range, is like in the rain shadow of that, and it's like a desert, right?
Yeah.
But due to reasons that are secret plot reasons, the winds used to go in the other direction. And so it used to be that the people lived on the west side, and the east side was a desert. so there are lots of ruins and things in that desert from when that used to be the Kingdom of Jaga. It would be, that campaign would be a very exploration-heavy game where you would be like, what's the word? Just like, you know, hex crawling your way across this this desert. Yeah, and like obviously it would be a hex crawl that's like filled with stuff, and I'm not trying to make it sound like it would be boring or anything, but it would be a little bit more random, and like I would want there to be a bit more focus on things like, you know, resources and things. So that one I think would be a really fun campaign, but they kind of agreed might not be the best for streaming content.
Understandable.
And then the third option was I wanted to have an excuse to flesh out sort of the dwarves in my setting, because no one's played a dwarf yet, and so I've just kind of ignored that. Oh yeah, and then also dwarves exist, is like as far as my notes say about dwarven society. Because no one's played one, so it hasn't like been critical that I write anything about them. So the other campaign I pitched was like, you would be part of an expedition, a dwarven expedition to reclaim some lost dwarven hold. And it would basically be like, the adventure would be like, your team is trying to retake like Moria.
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool though.
Yeah, so that would be pretty cool. It would be like a big, like mega dungeon. It would be a lot of work on my end to prep for. But that would be the idea, is that there's like some great there's some like mega dungeon teeming with probably goblins, and you would be part of an expedition of like the PCs plus a few more NPCs, and your objective would be that to retake, you know, not Moria for your clan.
I would have a lot of fun with that, honestly.
I think Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I do think that Seafaring campaign sounds like the most kind of exciting, at the very least. Like, you know, I do love the idea of like taking back Moria, but I also just kind of like, let's be pirates, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's that's basically where my thoughts are. We'll talk about all of those options again, and we'll weigh them all together with everyone at session 0. But I think everyone's on board with like Seafaring one, so I'm gonna kind of probably like start writing a skeleton of what that campaign's gonna be. C in the chat says the dwarf one would make a really fun Burning Wheel campaign as well, and I gotta agree with that. V, have you ever played, or are you at all familiar with the Burning Wheel?
I am not, actually.
Okay, so one day I'm going to teach you to play the Burning Wheel, and we're going to play the Burning Wheel, but it's a big game, and it's also will not bring people to our stream. So, because it is a niche game for nerds. So
understandable.
So we'll do some D&D, but one day when we have the audience to say who will be here no matter what garbage we're playing, we're gonna play the Burning Wheel because I love the Burning Wheel. But like it's hard to explain. Like it's like die pool based, but like the thing about, there are two things about the Burning Wheel that are kind of cool, and that is one, how you build your character. You build your character by selecting life paths. You basically choose like the environment to which your character was born. Like were you born a peasant? Were you born a noble? Were you born, you know, a merchant's son? Whatever. And like your birth life path gives you certain traits and certain skills, and then from each of those, there's like a tree of choices, and like you go through your life. So like first you choose like what was your What was your childhood? Where were you born? Then what was your childhood like? Then what were your teenage years like? And like every life path you choose adds like so many years to your character's age. But every life path, everything you've done in your life gives you more traits, gives you more resources, gives you more skills. But once you start going too far, if your age gets too high, then your physical stats start going down. But yeah, and usually for like balance reasons, the GM will say like this would be like a 5 life path campaign or something like that. So that the character creation is like really interesting in that way, because like by the time you've created your character, like their life story. Like I was born I was born a farmer, and then I became like apprenticed to a blacksmith, and then I joined the military, and then I like ran away from that and joined the army, and I was a foot soldier, and then like I got promoted to sergeant, and that's my that's the origin for my fighter,
Yeah.
That's where I learned my skills. That's where my character came from.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. And then the second thing I like about it is that your character, for every session, you write a series of beliefs, and these are sort of like, it's difficult to define a belief, but these are like sort of goals that you word as like things you want to do. So you might have a belief that like I will convince Prince Bad Guy to not do the thing he's going to do. And then or you might have a belief like I will win the duel against Sir Blackguard.
Yeah.
Whatever, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something else like I will give Princess V the flowers and she will appreciate them, or whatever. So you have these beliefs, and by working towards them, you gain certain meta currencies, which they collectively are called Artha. There's fate points and persona points. Fate points are basically smaller, and you get those for like working towards your goals, or like having your goals like come up and be like part of the game. And then persona points are when like you complete your goal or your objective. When at the end of the session, if you say, my belief was that I would do X, and in the session today I did X. So then you erase that belief and you write a new one, and you take a persona point. And you can like spend the fate points, persona points to like affect rolls and stuff like that in the future. You also have instincts, which are kind of... Oh, sorry.
That sounds like incredibly complicated. Like,
it can be a pretty complicated game to play. It really can. Instincts are another thing that you write, and instincts are sort of things that like your character is assumed to have done. So like you could have an instinct, like kind of the default one is I always have my sword on me, and this means that unless you specifically say you have taken your sword off and are not having it with you, the GM cannot have you caught without your sword. Because my instinct says I always have my sword with me. I don't care if this assassin's ambushed me in the bath. My instinct says I have my sword with me. And I didn't specifically say I didn't, therefore I have my sword. Yeah. But if your instinct... So normally your instincts can be like there to protect you. So like, I always keep my ammo in a watertight container or something like that. Because they're guns. It's got that tech level.
That's cool.
But you can also, if your instinct gets you into trouble though, then you get Artha for that. You get fate points. So you might write an instinct like, they can reward you for hurting you as well. So maybe if your instinct was to use the same example, I always have my sword with me, and you didn't say that you didn't not take your sword to the fancy party, then, you know, maybe you're going and like you get kicked out because you brought a sword into the fancy party, See in the chat said, in my current game, the Elf Ranger has an instinct of never take what someone says at face value, which causes social troubles at times.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like this is, like, a very, very complicated sort of thing that's, like, I don't know how well I'd vibe with it, because it's, like, usually when I do character backstories for D&D, I just kind of, like, go with it and just kind of, like, I just kind of make my own story, and this seems like the story that I make would really influence the mechanics instead of just being flavor, and I feel like that would be a little restrictive, but, like, I do see why that, I see the appeal in this game.
Yeah, and, that's valid, but, it is a game that really necessitates that the player have a, like, an idea of what they want their character to, like, be going for. Because, like, in a passive player and just kind of, like, go along with what everyone is doing, and like, as long as someone in the party is, like, pushing the party towards the next adventure, you know, you can kind of get away with being a little more passive. But in Burning Wheel, you really need to, like, have your character. You have to make a character who cares about stuff and wants to see things happen.
Very true. Yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I have noticed that it is, like, possible for me to make characters that are a little too passive sometimes, and, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's valid. One of my best friends always is sort of like a passive sort of player, and he doesn't want to get involved in complex mechanics or politics or things. He just really wants to, like, be the party's fighter who stabs monsters. And that's valid, and that's not really what I vibe with, but I mean, I do love stabbing monsters, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love a good fight in an RPG, but I also am the kind of player who will like get bored with following the instructions and then steal a pirate ship. I did that once, long story. Yeah, so Burning Wheel, though, is not a game I can really play with him, because he doesn't really want to engage with that stuff. And that's fine. That's valid. I'll run D&D for him.
Yeah.
But I do like Burning Wheel. Alright, so I haven't even really been paying attention to this whole tournament, but I think we're in the last fight. So we should. I just kind of brought a bunch of high level guys out of my box. Just kind of been stomping them. I think this is the final fight, though. Alright. Sylveon. So, V, what is your favorite Pokemon? We were talking about this with everyone else earlier. Before you joined.
Oh, that's such a difficult choice. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I have several.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
I think, probably my favorite, like, been a favorite since I was young, is Riolu.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a very adorable punch beam, you know?
Yeah. Valid.
And, I think, what are some others that I do like, both the normal and Galarian forms of Vulpix, because it's just really cute. And, Sylveon, the guy you're fighting right now, also one of them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I do love Sylveon and basically all the EV lines.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. If I had to pick a favorite, I would have to say it's my boy Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
But
Bulbasaur
but-
is such a good choice, though. He's wonderful.
yeah, he's number one for a reason.
That he is.
Yes. But like his whole line. But if I had to pick like some top, like just some top runners up, Scizor would be on there.
Oh, yeah.
He's so cool. Like he's like a red metal beetle guy, and I love him.
Yeah.
And so he would be on there, and who else would be on there? You know, this new guy. Toxicity.
Oh yeah, Toxicity is pretty cool.
He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. As much as I don't like a lot of the newer or how Game Freak is handling the Pokemon games, I do think that their monster design has stayed pretty tight.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think
I also really
there
like
are a couple
Goodra.
of there are a couple of designs in Sword and Shield that are a little weird and don't really feel like Pokemon in my opinion, but like
Mm-hmm.
you know, like Ice Cube, it doesn't really seem like a Pokemon to me. That
Oh
makes sense.
yeah. Like it's weird. It feels like a Digimon to me. Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Because it's just yeah, like it's like a penguin with like an ice cube for the head and around its head, and it's got like, I guess it's kind of an interesting mechanic, kinda, but like its
like
design just
Mimikyu.
doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Mimikyu like feels like a Pokemon, you know.
For sure.
But Ice Cube is like just doesn't feel right.
I still do have an Ice Cube on my team in Sword and Shield, but like
Mm-hmm.
I still do think that it does not look like a regular Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. I really like the Hatterene line. I thought they were a really good addition. I mean, kinda, you could say that they're just like Gardevoir again, but
Yeah.
is there anything wrong with more Gardevoir?
Hell no.
Absolutely not. So, bring it on. I'll take more Gardevoir anytime. Mega Gardevoir is would have to be on that list of favorite Pokemon, especially if you allowed the shiny form. With that gorgeous black dress. Yeah. So Bulbasaur. So like top 5: Bulbasaur, Scizor, Mega Gardevoir. Dragonite, and I don't know. I can't just choose like just one, because like if I say one, then I'm gonna think of someone else. Like no, it's got to be them instead. And
Someone else just
oh.
joined. Hello.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back. Hello.
Hello,
Let's see.
Oh, there you are.
Oh.
I can hear you now.
hello. Can you hear me?
Matt.
Hello.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Matt maybe
Yeah, Matt's
audio.
silent.
Yes.
Hello.
That is unfortunate. Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back. I didn't expect you to be rejoining us.
Well, I have like 15 minutes before I have to go to work, so might as well
Nice.
kill some time. But also told Lux to maybe talk to you because you have something for him.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Excellent. So yes, we just did a. Oh wait, I have a. Oh, Lux is up. Okay. Yes. Ooh. Lux hasn't joined the D&D server yet, though.
Oh yeah. I haven't.
Yeah. Yeah. Go tell him to.
I will pester Lux.
Okay, you do that. Meanwhile, so Matt, here while you were gone, we went and we fought the tournament at the Pokemon League in order to make a bunch of money so that we can afford to buy vitamins to EV train Oreo. So, and Oreo is the name that we have given to the
Right, I saw that before I left.
Because Lux said in the stream with V that they would have named it Oreo. So
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
yes.
I think they're really gonna love it.
I hope so. I was listening to the conversation and I was like, I can make that happen. And so
I could achieve this.
Also,
All
I
right.
have messaged Lux. I don't know if they are currently available, but we'll see.
Okay, good. Alright, so I will buy 25 of the HP ups. And buy more.
But it's okay. Also consider the Galarian economy is knucking funds. Like, there was valuable objects scattered around the wild area. Like, if you were anywhere between, like, the capital of Galar and, like, Monostoke, you can be reached very easily.
So true.
I mean, I just used the Meowth with Gigantamax Meowth with an amulet coin fighting the best trainers. That gets you like 99,000 every battle.
Oh.
Okay. So I need to get Oreo out of the box. There you are.
Get her out of the box.
Get her out of the box. Alright, and just put Blastoise back in Blastoise's spot. Okay, so now, items, bag. And we need to give Oreo 26 irons. And
We need to give the sheep 26 iron.
Make it steel wool.
yes, and we'll just max their HP.
Lux has joined.
Oh,
Oh,
Lux has joined.
yes, excellent. Please direct them to the streaming channel. And I need. Is it calcium? Can't remember.
Oh no!
Oh no?
Lux is at work.
They're at work.
Oh no, they're at work. Oh well.
Oh no, they're with a cute dog. Because I don't.
Well, I guess that's good. I guess cute dogs are good. Oh well. I guess Lux will have to receive their present another time.
Seems like it.
Oh well. Oh well. Tragic, but it is what it is.
Modern French.
Yes. Okay, so I can't remember
I'm
which.
glad your screams are external, Vin.
Yeah.
Internal screaming's a bit overrated. I want everyone to hear my scream.
Alright. So now we've finished the EV training. Let's go, let's fly over to the place where we can get... Oh, hello, Moltres. Hello,
Oh? What?
Pog. But me
Pog?
without a team. Me without a team to, like, track it down. Oh, wait, I do. No. I'm busy. That'll be another time.
But,
I kind of gotta wrap.
On the call right now, so why not start a manhunt?
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fair. Fair.
Multi-dog.
Yeah. But I also wanna end the stream because I got in 50 minutes I gotta GM a game, so I gotta eat some dinner before then. So
You're being a responsible angel.
yeah, well, I mean, if I don't if I don't eat dinner before the game, I'll be grumpy, and then I'll kill them all with ignorance devoid of knowledge, and then there won't be a game.
I hate it when the cosmic entity known as ignorance devoid of knowledge kills me because he's hangry.
Yeah, you don't want your GM to be hangry. That's why in face-to-face games you bring a snack offering to the game master, so that they will not slay you unjustly.
I think Lux just said, I think it's great both Matt and Viv rushed me on here only to discover whatever cool thing I was going to be shown cannot be perceived because capitalism.
Yeah. Oh well. Alright, so we've got them an effort ribbon. We've got our shiny. Alright.
Yeah.
I got... Hold on, I gotta save the game. I just realized I hadn't saved since I got the shiny.
Do it, please.
Okay,
Oh
game is saved. We're safe. We're all safe. All is good. Okay. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream so I have time to eat my dinner. Thank you guys for hanging out. Matt for hanging out the whole time, and V for popping in at the end. I can't believe we got the shiny. I really didn't expect us to get it before the end.
Expecting that we'd get it.
Yeah,
That's
but we did.
honestly.
That's
I'm
yeah.
sad that I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, guys.
I'm a little sad that we don't get to give it to Lux right now, but
I think we maybe overshadowed. Lux did just say in the Discord, her boss gave them a toy spider today. So, oh fuck, man, I don't know. We have some pretty steep competition. It
My
could be a
boss never
really
gives
cool
me-
spider.
my boss never gives me toy spiders.
Yeah. I work
Yeah.
at
Tiny
Dollar
Wooloo, I
Tree,
sleep.
so I don't get
Toy
a lot
spider,
of cool
real
presents. I just get things for $1.
Mm.
If I want to get anything there, I have to get my manager to get a receipt to prove that I wasn't stealing to the corporate dumpster divers.
Mm. Yeah. All right. Well.
On that note,
Yeah. On that note,
that
with the leaving off on the note of the tragedy of the economic system. Thank you all for hanging out. And I'm gonna see you next time. I'm gonna go ahead and
See ya.
move to the stream ending page. Bye.
It was very fun. I'm glad I could
Thank
join.
you. I'm glad I got to hang out with you guys and talk, and I can't wait for the D&D game.